Hello. How's it going, Kelsey? Hi,
Good.
guys.
How are
Welcome.
you?
I am. Oh, sorry.
So how are you?
I am dapper. That's what I am. I got my claw. I'm good to go. My favorite flavor, lime. So citrusy.
Raspberry.
And you got the ruby red grapefruit. We're gonna be clawing it up, girl. All right. Yes, I'm so excited today. So, I'm Alex Mack here, part of the Call to Action crew with one of the real love of my life, Kelsey. So gorgeous, so amazing in every single way. We're here for a pretty badass battle of just your weekly episode of Schmoebates. You excited, Kelsey? I
am so excited. I like nothing more than watch two of my fellow Schmoedown fans battling each other on a really interesting topic and people changing my mind about things where I'll come in thinking one person's going to win. By the end, I'm like, nope, I'm voting for the other person now. It's pretty fun. I like it.
And everyone thinks they're right when it comes to opinions. And rarely does anyone ever change their mind, making it even that much better. So we have some really great competitors coming in today. One of our first competitors here with Schmoebates, Mr. John Mariano. Hey!
Hey. Oh, yeah.
Let's all take a chug together. So crisp and fresh, guys.
I know, right?
How's that lime claw treating you, John?
Oh, it's spectacular. I hope they sponsor you guys soon.
I know, right?
One day. That's gonna be great for sure. Yes. So, John Mariano. I mean, this is not your first time, obviously, beyond Schmoebates. This is your second one. First time one, unfortunately, you lost, but you're coming in strong with the second one. What do you kind of? What are your big strategies going into this debate?
Oh, I am hoping Jake has the memory he had back in August when I first met him, because he couldn't remember a thing night after night, the 3 or 4 nights we hung out together. So I'm banking on that.
I mean, but let's be honest. Does anyone ever actually remember those nights when
I don't remember a lot of that
trip? when meeting up at live matches? I know I don't. It's just all one big blurred.
There's a lot of fuzzy areas on that trip for me. I'm like, I don't remember where I was or who I was with, but I know I had fun.
That's the fun of a live event, though, and everyone should come and check them out this year.
Live events. Do it.
That's true. Everyone go to a Schmoedown live event. Awesome. Now for our second competitor, Mr. Action Army himself. Oh, sorry. My echo just responded to me. Mr. Action Army himself, the General, Mr. Jake Iacovetta.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh, look at all the claws.
There's so much claw.
I cannot believe y'all took a drink without me.
Always room for more drink.
Drink all. I can already feel it in my bones, Kelsey. Guys, this is going to be one of my favorite debates ever. This is going to be amazing. All right, Jake, this is your very first debate here with Schmoebates. Even though you've been doing a lot of stuff online, you're no stranger to debates and stuff like that in the chats, on social media. This is your first official one with us. You excited?
Yeah, really. I wasn't planning on doing this, but John and I were kind of going back and forth a little bit the other day. And if I was going to jump into it, there's no one I'd rather do it with than this fine guy.
Well, that friendship is about to completely tear in half, unfortunately. Sorry to break it to you, but, this is a pretty intense situation we got going on with Schmoebates. Do you guys debate a lot with each other at all?
I mean, we're usually mostly friendly, but it get down every now and then.
Yeah, we don't usually agree, but we drink. That's fine.
That's enough. That's enough. And usually that can lead to debates and arguments and screaming, doesn't it? In that case.
That reduce the volume a bit.
Yeah.
I feel like in our case, it starts with the argument and leads to a hug.
Aw,
Yeah.
well, you're a much better person than I am. That's for sure. I can guarantee that.
Alex, it ends with throat punching, so it's
That's with everyone. Everyone.
everyone.
I mean, you have a vote, so I'm not going to say that he's better than you. So.
Oh, so that's already thrown. Pretty intense. I'm here for it. Okay, so there you go. Throw up that t-shirt. Okay, guys, if you have not been part of Schmoebates before, welcome. Thank you so much for coming on today. With today's Schmoebate, we're going to be going on questions based off later this week's, just a little bit of an award show, just a little bit of a draft. Kelsey?
I think I've heard rumor about this, but I'm not really sure what's going on. Is there like an award, and is there like a reaction show that's like nominated? I don't know. I mean, I might be there. I might, be mad there's not White Claw there, but it's fine.
They don't serve White Claw at the Comedy Club. That hurts my heart. That's gonna be awesome. I cannot wait. It's gonna be amazing. But yeah, we have some questions based off that. What's the award show draft coming up this weekend. So Kelsey actually put together 2 of the 3 of these questions. So thank you, Kelsey. I really appreciate it. Mm-hmm. So any anger you have directed towards competitors, you can also direct it at Kelsey. So.
I can take it, guys.
So, Jake and John, how we're going to do this, just want to remind you guys, we're going to start off with our opening statement. I also have my coin for when the time comes. So, Jake, before we have the opening statement, the debate itself, as well as the closing statement. For the opening and closing statement, you have 60 seconds on the clock. Kelsey will be the one to let you know when you have 30 seconds left, as well as 5 seconds and below. She'll give you that nice little countdown to make you nice and comfortable. For the debate, that's actually kind of dependent on you guys. If you guys are having a weak ass debate, we're going to cut your ass short. If you guys are having a pretty awesome debate, we can elongate it. Until we're just going to amuse ourselves. Let you guys scream at each other for however long. Okay. But yes, let's go ahead and get to it. Kelsey, you ready on the clock?
I am. And remember, when I give you the warnings, you don't have to stop or anything. Just keep going. Pretend I didn't say anything. Just keep going. Keep it. Stop. So
keep going. All right.
I am.
So, all right. Okay, Kelsey, ready with the clock. I'll read your first. And we're going to go with question number 1. And Jake, you're going to give your opening statement first. John, you're going to give your opening statement second. And we'll kind of continue on from there. And your first question is, in any category, which competitor / personality was the biggest snub at this Schmoedown Awards nomination?
Right. Ready and go.
All right, there are several different ways that I could have gone about this. But as we saw recently on the Call to Action Twitter, when I put up a poll, it left out a snub with Rachel Cushing. So I'm trying not to piss anyone off. So I'm going for Moment of the Year. And I am going for the one thing that brought the Schmoedown community together more than anything ever has. And it was when Stacey Howard broke the new wheel. I mean, I'm going to save the rest of my argument for the actual debate portion because I think I already won. So, John, you can have the rest of my time.
Okay. I respect that. All right, John, you have 60 seconds, but you can omit any time that you choose. Yep. So, right. Totally up to you.
Okay, starting the clock now.
Look, I thought about this season, and Christian Harloff dubbed this the Magic season. And looking back on it, it really was. And it all started back in New York, my hometown. I was there with my daughters when Janine the Machine entered to the "Living in America" song from Rocky III, and it was a magical moment. It just was. The entire place erupted. My daughter stood up on chairs, cheering Janine on. I was right next to them, going nuts. It felt like a homecoming. It felt like the beginning of something special. And I got to tell you guys, I know there were a lot of big moments, but this one deserves entrance of the year in my mind. It really does. So I can concede the rest of my time on that.
Okay. All right, Kelsey, we have very quick to the point kind of little openings here. Jake, it's really kind of mentioning the moment that really united all of Schmoedown fan base to a halt, when Stacy broke the infamous, very brand new wheel. Very physical
creepy
wheel, not digital.
Very uncomfortable wheel.
The wheel broke around the world. Versus John, Janine coming out, coming out as Rocky, in New York during one of, I think it was the first match of 2019, right? Or the match season. Yes. But yeah, two very different approaches. So I'm excited to see. Kelsey, are you looking forward to any particular arguments here?
I'm really excited for both of them because I have to agree with both of them right now. I'm excited to see who's going to sway me more in one direction, but I was very surprised Janine wasn't on there. I was surprised the wheel wasn't on there, so I'm excited to see who's going to swing me one way.
And we have a little correction here. Justin is a square. Mentioned Living in America was Rocky 4, not 3. So get your shit together, John.
This is movie trivia, guys.
Justin.
All right. Ready on the clock?
All right. It is ready. And go.
Give it a try.
You're conceding to me? That's so kind of you, friend. Let's get down to it. I get what you're saying about this ugly wheel, and no offense to the wheel itself, but it was put out of its misery by Stacy, and we all appreciate it. But it's not even the worst wheel that we have. Had Stacy killed the digital wheel, that really would have united all of us. I mean, that's the truth. The reality is that all of us were brought together in New York for the first time. That was the moment. That was the event. Okay, and everything that followed, Houston, everything with us coming together, all starts with Janine walking out to that song. And when you think about it and you look what follows, that set the tone for the season.
Okay, so first off, you picking Janine is a great pick, but it was dirty as hell knowing that I had a little dust up with her at the Action House when I accidentally said she was an Action Army. So I am not going to say anything bad about Janine. So I see what you're doing, and it's not going to work. But going back to what you said about the digital wheel, people in the comments in the videos with this new wheel were actually asking for the digital wheel to come back whenever Brandon Hanna's punk ass dragged that thing out. So you can lose me on the digital wheel thing. Name one person who actually liked this stupid wheel. Everyone complained about it every time it came up on screen, and she did us a favor.
So in this positive, awesome season where we built things, the thing you want to focus on is breaking one thing. And as for your other comment, if I were going to avoid everybody that you've had dust ups on, I wouldn't have an argument. So I'm doing my best here, and I'm just going with Janine. So what you got to go with is, you have a wheel that was ugly, that we no longer have, and it was kind of a sad ending. I'm trying to bring one of the happy moments where we were all coming together. You and I don't take that picture in New York 6-8 months later in August if Janine doesn't come out to that song. Because I probably won't come to another event.
I don't remember ever taking a picture with you.
You son of a bitch.
You said mine was dark and it was negative? No. Everybody rejoiced. And of course, everybody rejoiced when Janine came out because obviously, as you haven't even mentioned, it turned her from a heel to a face. Everyone embraced her. It was great for her. It was a great moment. But no longer have to deal with that piece of crap. And like I said before, nothing has brought the Schmoedown together like when that tape wrapped dildo flew off when she spun it.
But not only did it turn Janine to a face, it was her coming out party. Janine broke the glass ceiling this year and became one of the top competitors, and that all started in New York and continued the rest of the way. It wasn't just about becoming a face. Andrew Ghai is a A-list star without being a face. It turned Janine into Janine the Machine. Everybody whether you root for her or you don't, you look forward to her matches, and that all started in New York with that crowd turn.
I mean, again, you're not going to get me to say anything bad about Janine. I love her. Kind of wish I would have wore her shirt on here, but no, that wheel was horrible. I even prefer the old school one that they bring to the live events now instead of the digital one. You know, I'm so glad that we don't have to see that anymore, and I hope to God they don't try to fix it. I mean, yeah, it looked cool, you know, black and metal, and had a good look, but nah, I'll take anything over that, even the digital.
I mean, the black wheel is better than picking out of a hat, which we've also done this season. So I mean, there are other ways that we've sat there and figured out that round two. What you're doing is you're focusing on one moment in a round two in a match. I'm focusing on what kicked off the entire season. So I mean, people vote with your heart.
Well, I'm also focusing on the fact that Stacy has never won an award, which is a crime against humanity. And please come on our show.
I can't argue.
I am pandering. I am absolutely pandering. What do you?
I will back Jacob on that, and I will please invite Stacy
10 seconds
to come on Chill, to come on Schmoebates, to come on any of the shows over here with the call to action. But my argument is still better, and I picked the win.
Whatever you got to tell yourself.
And we're done. We love you. Please come on. That would be awesome. That would be dope. Okay. Yeah.
John, just for you.
Oh, I love pepperoni pineapple pizza.
You are just the dirtiest player in the game, my friend.
I'm going to kick you out, John. Just saying, if you sass my pineapple on my pizza one more time, I will kick you out of this debate. I will make Kelsey the competitor.
I would cook real Italian food for you, Alex. But now only Lucas gets my meatballs. That's it.
Wow. Wow. That's all I have to say. Okay, so all right, Kelsey. We just heard some both very passionate pleas in defense of Janine's entrance up in New York in the very first match of the year that kicked off the 2019 season versus one of the most talked about moments in all of Schmoedown for the year. You know, when Stacy broke the wheel, it went kerplat on the floor. What did you think of the debates today?
They were really great. I'm loving how kind of dirty and against each other this debate's going, calling out each other, pointing out that if you picked anybody Jake had an argument with, you couldn't really avoid that. That was funny. So I'm just loving the debate. It's very entertaining, and I have no idea whose side I'm on yet. So I'm excited for the final arguments.
Well, something I do want you guys to talk about, I haven't heard you guys mention all that much yet, is really the fallout, the results of those situations as well. John, you haven't really talked about, obviously, unfortunately, she lost that match, but also that was like one of the big moments. You didn't really talk about her social media presence that kind of led up to it, how it was kind of a secret, who she was going to be. So I was, if you could talk about that and how it kind of led into her, matches towards the season. But also with Jake, can you talk about a little bit about what resulted essentially from it? Social media wise, how competitors reacted to it, how a Christian reacted to it. I would love to see how you kind of how that resulted from the wheel actually being broken. I know people were like, "Whoa, cool," but did it really matter? I want you to tell me why it does.
I think it does because you never know.
Hold up.
Oh.
Like mentioned, that's what I kind of want to hear from you guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, just want to include your answers for that in the closing statements. Okay. Jake, we started with you. We got to end with you first. So you got 60 seconds on the clock. Kelsey, you ready?
All right, you can go.
Okay, like I said, I heard, or I didn't hear, but I saw a lot of comments online on the YouTube videos, on Twitter, about people saying, yes, finally the wheel is broke. So there was a reaction to it. I don't know if I saw any competitors specifically mention it, but I know they're happy. And also the season itself could have turned out a lot differently with the way that wheel was spun, because if the other wheel was used, who knows what categories could have been picked instead of, where it just like randomly stopped like in the middle of nowhere and they were stuck with that. So I think the wheel did have an effect on the season. So I don't know going forward what they're going to do. I don't know what the impact is long run. But I, for one, am just glad it's gone.
All right.
That's what I got.
Okay. Perfect. All right. We're good.
Perfect. Okay, you had that down. And on to John. We have your question. For you, so you chose Janine for her entrance as from Rocky 4, not 3, and of her entrance, for entrance of the year, and how it was real big homecoming and her real big moments for the entire season overall. So let us know why. Go ahead.
All right, and go.
So not only did the New York crowd embrace Janine, and it was the beginning of a truly magic season with everything that followed. Sure, Janine lost the match, but nobody was talking about wins and losses for Janine after that. Everybody was talking about how Janine showed up, what her entrance was, and how she brought Chance to the brink in that match. But what I'm arguing is entrance of the year, and that's really what I want to focus on, is she hyped it on social media before she came in. We didn't know what she was going to do. The room exploded as she came in. After she left, let's talk about the aftermath. Let's talk about the season that happened. Later on in the season, you know who she plays? Stacey Howard. Oh, my God.
10 seconds.
If that match doesn't happen, Jake's wheel never breaks. So my entrance of the year, without my entrance of the year, Jake doesn't get his moment of the year. He gets nothing, which is exactly what he should get coming from the argument.
Mm-hmm.
Feels like that.
Aw, Sneal.
Oh, dang.
Thank you. Mm.
Pineapple.
Pineapple belongs on pizza, chat. Okay.
I
sorry.
love pineapple on my pizza. It's something about the sweet and savory. I love it. I love it.
We need more New Yorkers and Italians in the group.
Well, you can have your cardboard pizza.
I love all
named
pizza.
Iacovetta.
I do prefer New York.
That's a pie, and that is nasty. So whatever. Okay. Moving on. Okay. So feel free to hop over to our. If I can pull it up right now, that would be wonderful. Feel free to vote on our Facebook page if you like right now while it's still fresh, but you don't have to. You can actually kind of wait to the very end. So you kind of let it fester and kind of think about things you liked or didn't like via their thing, their arguments. But Kelsey, who would you vote for?
I'm still trying to figure that out. I love the closing arguments. I thought it was great pointing out that with a different wheel now, it affected how things were spun because every wheel kind of has its own little way it spins and things like that. It did probably affect matches, so that was interesting. And then I love the argument that we never even gotten to that point had the Janine match happened because it was a chain of events leading up to the wheel. Oh man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm not entirely sure either. Something I was a little curious about it with Jake for having moments of the year because I love that moment. I really, really did. It was like I just love Stacey's character in general. She doesn't get enough love. I totally and completely agree. But that being said, I don't remember what happened directly after. I don't really know personally how it mattered to Schmoedown overall. I personally don't remember. I just don't know. So that's just me though. But I do know with Janine in particular, it definitely did kind of hype her up as this kind of introduction to her as, Janine the Machine. This was like one of her very consistent full on seasons, so it really kind of was definitely a big, huge moment for her, starting off fresh. People don't, you're right. People don't really talk about how much she actually did lose, that match, unfortunately, but, people really talked about her entrance for sure up in New York.
Mm-hmm. John, were you arguing for moment or entrance?
Entrance.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So just to clarify again, the question was, if I can bring it up, in any category, which competitor / personality was the biggest snub this year at the Schmoedown Awards. So yours was like for moments of the year versus yours, John, was entrance of the year. Mm-hmm. Cool. Okay. Now, some people from the, I'm sorry?
So go vote.
So go vote. Like I said, you can go vote now. You can vote later. Just
make
vote.
Sure you vote.
Have to vote at some point. Absolutely. Okay. So, Kelsey, we're going to go up and move on to question number 2. You want to read the second question, Kelsey?
I sure can.
Yeah, you do, girl. Yeah, you do.
Okay. All right. Name a future team you think will form together from the draft and succeed.
Sorry, my grammar is really bad. And will also succeed. There you go.
Also succeed.
I'm going to edit that real quick. And will also succeed. That's better, maybe? I don't know. I'm not an English major. I'll call Lucas over to take care of that part. Okay. So this time around, John, you get first dibs on the opening statement. You ready?
Absolutely.
Got 60 seconds on the clock. Let's hear it.
Now.
So I was thinking about this, and I was trying to look at 2 players that have a chance with the snake draft to land on the same team, and I went with one of my favorite rookies this year, Tom. That was of a Video Drew and Tom fame, and Janine the Machine. Again, Jake, see how I play you. So the idea is that they will either be Rise of the Machines, but then one of my buddies online, Nerd Chronic, pointed out Tom Machine was an even better answer. So I'm going with Tom Machine for the win here. And I can concede my time back to my buddy, Jake.
Okay. Timer stopped.
Okay.
Oh, you got the timer on already?
Yeah. Are you ready to go?
Yeah.
Okay. Timer starting now.
Okay, so there were a few ways that I wanted to go with this one also. But I wasn't just looking at who would be the best team, but who would be the most entertaining and successful. So I went with Paul Preston and Paul Oyama as the Paul Rats, as a nod to Kevin Smith and also the late, great John Schnepp and Christian Harloff saying shit rats all the time. I just felt like it was a good fit. So the 2 of them are obviously 2 of the best players in the game. We have a former champion in Paul Oyama and pretty much guaranteed future champion in Paul Preston. So putting them together, I don't see any downside to it at all. And I mean, I think they could be the new powerhouse in the league.
Okay.
Awesome. All right. Okay, so we have 2, I don't know about different approaches to teams, Kelsey, but I'm getting 2 very different vibes of, these kind of team formations. What are you thinking so far?
Both teams have very strong competitors, so that is definitely one thing they're both very strong in. The personalities, though, are very different. I can see the dynamic between the 2 players being just very different. One, I can see Tom and Janine be a little bit more comedic. Hold on a second. And hold on.
Also, I feel like I just want to drop in this little note here that there's quite a little bit of a conversation going on surrounding food in the chat.
My TV turned itself on. Okay. So anyways, but the personalities are very different on each team. One is definitely more comedic. I can see Tom and Janine being very funny and entertaining. Paul and both the Pauls I'm interested in seeing because Paul Oyama is a little bit more serious. Paul Preston is just hilarious and amazing. So I'm interested to see what their dynamic would be. So I'm interested to see how you guys are going to explain these teams to us.
You have some serious convincing to do because Eric says, and I quote, I have a hard time seeing any of these people ending up on the same team. So those were questionable choices. So if you can convince Eric, I think you'll do okay. Let's see what happens. Okay, we can start at 4 minutes, make less, we can do more, but we can see you can kind of go from there. But let's do it. Tom Machine versus Paul Rats. You can go.
All right. Going off what Eric said there, And also what John said in his opening statement about who has the best chance of being together when it comes to this snake draft. This draft order is changing every single day, as we saw again today. I mean, it could change up, to like the time of the draft. So I'm not looking at what managers are in what position and who's going to go where. I'm also, not so short-sighted as to just accept what today's truth is and not leave open the possibility for trades as well that can bring these people together. So that whole point is out. I love you, Eric. You're my schmo bro, but no.
Okay. So first, before I address Jake, let me address Eric, who remembers taking the picture with me and Jake. He photobombed it. He's a really good friend of mine. Eric, I understand what you're saying, but unlike Jake, I'm considering the draft. I promise you. Okay. Paul Oyama is probably going to go 5th or 6th at best in this draft. Okay. And there's no way Paul Preston is making his way all the way back to that pick. On the other hand, let's say Tom is an end of the 1st round pick. Okay. So let's say like the Den, for argument's sake right now, like the Den or Kaiser or somebody towards the end grabs Tom. 2 picks later, Janine's waiting right there. This team happens. Okay. Tom Machine, which is the future of the Schmoedown. Okay, it has personality. We already established Janine knows how to make an entrance. Tom owns round 1. Okay, I don't see, like, even if these two teams played each other, I would be confident. I would take Vegas odds like 3-1 that my team wins. I would put 300 to Jake's 100 that my team wins. Absolutely. I've seen them all play live. I've seen Janine play live and Paul play.
Oh, good for you.
That's your whole comeback, my friend?
No, I mean, okay, yes, Tom and Janine would be great together. I don't think they would fit together. Janine is the nicest and sweetest person in the world, and Tom is fucking weird. And he dead bodies all the time. I don't see that dynamic. I don't see how they would really gel together. Whereas Paul Preston, he's like the former star jock who's crashing Oyama's frat party, but he's the old frat guy who's always welcome because he's awesome and they would get along. He's not Jerry O'Connell and Can't Hardly Wait, who's just a weird old dude just sitting around.
Let me stop you right there. I get what you're saying, that Tom, as we've seen Tom in his rookie year, is a little bit off. He's been paired with Video Drew and he's played the character. Tom, on the other hand, Tom Riemann, the guy behind Tom, okay, is one of the most brilliant minds in the backstage. He's an actor, okay? And he could play another role with Janine, no problem. And I guarantee if that happens this year, they light the world on fire.
So you just want to throw away this whole character and story that Christian created, take away the kayfabe, everything that he's worked so hard to put together. You say, oh, no, we're not going to do that anymore.
There is, first of all, there's already a precedent for that with Christian. He does make pivots. Second of all, I don't think he knew what he had with Tom when he first put Tom on. He paired Tom with Drew, and there was a little bit of magic that happened between the two of them. And Video Drew is such a great and innovative character, and paired with Tom, they won some matches this season. Okay, and that brought Tom onto the scene, and that's the genius of Christian. And Christian sees what he has. He knows what he has. He's willing to break up one of the most electric teams of last season to get Tom in a place to win some more matches. He's already pivoting. Okay, I'm just recognizing what Christian's already doing. You're already fumbling over yourself.
He's not pivoting. He made a rule about where the teams were in the rankings and if they were protected or not. If they would have done better as a team, I love Drew, but if she was on the same level that Tom was on, then they would be still protected. They wouldn't be breaking up. Tom or Christian isn't pivoting. That's just following within his own rules. You don't even know if he's going to try to make him change his character or anything.
I don't have to know. I can already see it. He's already admitting it. You just freaking admitted it on the stream right now. You're sitting there and you're going, hey, Christian changed the rules to break them up. Why do you suppose that is, Jay? Come on, just draw the line. Get from A.
He changed the rules to make the draft more interesting. He didn't do it specifically for Tom Riemann or however you say it. I'm sorry if I had that wrong. He didn't
extended for more
change the
minutes.
rules to pivot Tom's character.
I guarantee it played a role in this decision. I absolutely promise you that. And I think him and Janine are a thing to watch this season.
I just think you're absolutely wrong on that. And you're making guarantees on something that you just don't know about. Now I know why they call you the Sandman, because your argument is really putting me to sleep.
Okay, let's put away the personal stuff aside, guys. I do want you guys to tell me just a little bit about how some of their entrances would look like, how their is specific, like how would they actually look like actually sitting at the desk? How would they team up specifically at the desk? How would that dynamic be a little bit?
10 seconds this round.
Or maybe that's a too big a question going into it. In that case, it'll be different. Mine, don't answer that.
I could see on the desk Paul and Paul having a really good dynamic. They're both smart asses, and I think they would be able to play off each other well, whereas I don't think Tom and Janine have that much chemistry.
Okay, time. All right.
Holy shnikes. Kelsey, love of my life. How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
How are you feeling?
Does John
I'm a
get
little
it?
overwhelmed with concept, trying to decide how I feel about this, because those are some good arguments for both sides. I want both teams.
I know. I'm like listening to it. I'm getting hyped up for both. I'm like,
yeah, we need them to fight each other too. I'm interested to see what would happen.
all rats. Yeah, we do have some very different approaches to these teams. Mariana, you really kind of talked about, how they could potentially, with the Tom machine being with Janine and Tom, be able to kind of switch it up. Is Tom able? He's an actor. He's a comedian. He's able to switch things up quite a little bit, and so he doesn't have to stick with the character Tom. If he doesn't want to. Hypothetically, he could or he couldn't, kind of depending on what the team needs, pairing up with Janine. So, and she's, wonderful all around. And Paul Preston and Paul Oyama, I mean, that's a former belt holder right there. And Paul Preston, I mean, he's a future belt holder, inevitably. It's just a matter of time. We have some people in the chats, kind of mentioning, I think Jake might be direct, but I think Mariano is arguing smarter. Interesting. John is riling up Jake, smart debater. How dare you? Okay. Plus, if their new manager decides to go Drew, you're not teamed up with Tom anymore. Oh, well. Okay, there's a lot of discussion in here talking about food. What's going on with this? We've talked about poutine. We've talked about
pizza.
We talked about tuna on Mac. I mean, what's going on?
That's what our chats are known for now, food talk.
I mean, yeah. But yeah, here it says Justin Square. John's point is moot because all the managers are smart enough to keep the loony bin together if they are lucky enough to keep them in. They don't want that kind of fan backlash, and they do have a very devoted fan following. So that's something to consider as well. Okay, so Kelsey, with that in mind, are there any specific things you kind of want Jake and John to really confront in their closing statements before we ask anyone to make some votes?
The thing you mentioned earlier, kind of just talking about more like what their stage presence are going to be like together, like entrances and just the way they're bantering things. I'd like to hear a little bit more about that as well, not just their gameplay, but just what kind of show they're going to put on and stuff. So that'd be interesting.
Absolutely. Like I was mentioning earlier, I want to hear about something about entrances. I want to hear about dynamics. What would their strengths and weaknesses be? How would they complement each other as well? So if we could hear just a little bit about that, that would be very, very good. That could possibly lean us towards your way. John Mariano, you started this one, and so we're going to end on yours as well. Kelsey, you ready?
Yep. Starting the clock, 1 minute now.
Okay, so first let me address Justin. Justin, I understand what you're saying, but Drew's living back in New York. Christian's taking heat off of all the managers by setting this rule up. So your argument, my friend, is mute. Now let's get back to Jake. The first thing I want to say is my entrance would be kick ass. I would get like David B to play on his guitar and do some thrashing to almost like that the Terminator theme song, something similar. We know Christian's going with original music, but like a do, and they come out as machines. The dynamic would be amazing because Tom, as we know, has a vast movie knowledge, and I listened to Janine's podcast. Morgan hasn't seen it, and they're going over Disney movies. Janine has such a vast knowledge and a different knowledge than what Tom has.
10.
So their dynamic works. I think I'm good.
Okay, I think the dynamic between Janine and Tom is not there. I just don't think their personalities match at all. I think Paul Preston can play the funny side of the team while Paul Oyama plays the serious side, and it'll work out like a buddy cop kind of thing, kind of like a previous Schmoebates question. And as far as strengths and weaknesses go, I don't know if we've seen too many weaknesses from either one of them. And I think their knowledge will round each other out. And Paul has shown that he knows like family films, or Paul Preston has shown that he knows like family films and blockbusters and Oscar movies and everything in between. Paul Oyama knows classics. So I don't think there's any type of knowledge base that they can't cover. And like I said, I think they have a lot better of a dynamic than Janine and Tom would.
Time. Ooh. Those are solid at closing statements.
Oh, shit. Okay. Kelsey, how are you feeling? What do you think?
I'm glad we got some dynamic going because I was trying to kind of picture like the vibe they got, and I love both these. I love the idea of the Terminator thing because I'm a big Terminator fan with Machine and Tom. I think it'd be great. I love the buddy cop thing. She kind of got the serious cop and the goofy cop going together. I could see that just kind of dynamic being really entertaining on the desk. Oh, this is such a hard one. I'm loving it. I want these two.
I totally agree. I'm going to stall for a little bit and I'm going to read some stuff from the comments while I try to make up my mind. Well, Paul didn't know a classic when he lost to Ben. Well, I really want to come back to that, but I don't know. But I know he's known. He knows classics and all his other matches, his 6-1 matches, but I digress. Okay, but Jake was saying Oyama knows classics. Set yourself up from some easy vulnerability points. Okay, I'm here to go Yankees. I don't even know what that means. I don't even know. All right, and James is kind of letting y'all know. Poll 2 is up, so vote away. Please do. All right. Eric is kind of really mentioning in here as well. I agree there's more potential for Paul and Paul to adapt and work better in some character form or another in knowledge-wise opposed to Janine and Tom. I know, Mariano, you really kind of focus on the entrance as well during the closing statement, with David B and his awesome themes going on. I didn't really hear any mention of strengths and weaknesses or their actual dynamics specifically, but you kind of mentioned, you really painted the picture really well, with potential costumes coming out, actual machines, kind of Terminator vibe. So I'm really all about that. But also Jake, mentioning it might have more of a buddy cop kind of vibe situation. One's serious, one's funny. They kind of vary in age. What kind of dynamic are they going to have? You'll see to find out. Kind of situation, and I'm here for it. But yes, so with that, guys, feel free to vote again if you so choose. If not, please vote at the end. You heard their closing statement. You can vote here at the Facebook page called Action Pod, right there in that little page there. Go right now or later at the end of the episode.
Also, if you go to that page and you haven't liked it already, like our Facebook page because we post our videos and things on there. So it's like, good idea. So just while you're there.
We try sometimes. Okay, so for our third and final question, let's do it. We're going to read our final one. This is arguably one of my favorite questions of this debate today, the Schmoebate. So, Kelsey, you want to read it?
Sure. I can do
All right.
that. Which Schmoedown personality is most likely to crash an acceptance speech Kanye-style?
And just want to paint the picture a little bit when I say Kanye-style. Do you guys remember Kanye's really intercepting the Taylor Swift acceptance?
Oh yeah.
And everyone was like, "Oh my gosh!"
This is
And it can be like Beyonce, the best music video of all time, and she's like, "I never." Oh, thank you. That. But Kanye, he just like bubbed it, and he's like, "Okay, I'm gonna take this mic away from you." Being all Kanye. But yeah, so we're looking for something with a little personality, that's for sure. Okay, so for this one, since it's our third and final question, we had to have you guys choose. Do you guys want to go for Team Bateman or Team Ghai?
Fuck.
I only mention on here because
I remember a video from New York that kind of feels like it tells me Jake's opinion.
Okay, I say this only because specifically it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter like if you're being part of the Action Army or whatever. I'm just asking so you can, whichever one that lands face up, you'll be the one to go in that one.
I could save Jake here if you want, and I can make the call because this is easy.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you guys know, but I've been helping Riley a lot with his Patreon. I've been helping him a lot with a lot of this stuff. Riley's part of Who's the Boss. This is an easy choice for me. I am Team Bateman. Suck it.
Wow.
Suck it.
No.
Oh,
Don't do that though.
Oh.
No.
I'm just gonna take him anyway. Just kidding. I wish I could do that. Okay.
We'll blame the claw for that.
Grapefruit is nasty. I need another one.
Just kidding. Okay. So I'm going to go and flip the coin. If it lands with Bateman face up, then you get to choose, John, whether you want to go first or second to answer your opening statement. Okay?
Sure.
Okay. Ready? And it is Team Ghai. Team Ghai is face up. That means, Jake, you get to decide. Do you want to go first or second?
I'll go ahead and go first.
You want to go first? And who did you choose?
All right. Go.
Okay, so when you were asking the question just now, you specifically said which personality, and nobody in the Schmoedown has more personality than William the Beast Bibbiani. And he is the greatest Schmoedown, or the greatest showman that the Schmoedown has ever had, especially when it comes to his entrances, which he has been snubbed on for the last couple awards. So if he gets snubbed again for entrance of the year, be it teams or singles, I have no doubt in my mind that he is going to crash that stage and say, "I'm sorry, but I had the greatest entrance of all time."
Okay. All right. Are you ready, John?
Absolutely, Kelsey.
All right, and go.
So if I'm reading this question correctly, it says which Schmoedown personality is most likely to crash an acceptance speech Kanye style. So first of all, I see most likely, and second of all, I see batshit crazy. And this, my friends, is Brad Gilmore. There's no question about it. Brad Gilmore, the boat. And I think before everybody jumps on me about what the boat stands for, on their podcast, they gave me one of Ken Knapsack's books because the boat stands for Brad's Orange Apple Tacos. It makes no sense. That's what it means. It doesn't mean anything about the best of all time or any of this other crap. He is crazy. And this is the argument. It's hands down going to be me on this one.
Awesome.
What?
Very solid.
What? Okay. Okay. We have a little bit of questioning going on here. Bibbs is just so much of a sweetheart. I mean, would he be the kind of person to do that? I'm not sure. Bibbs is too nice. This is 100% Brad. So, Jay, going into this, you definitely have a little bit of an uphill battle. I'm excited to see your debates for this. Yeah, but you mentioned singles. He's been nominated, I don't even know how many times for both teams and singles, like pretty consistently since he started competing. But yeah, you're right. He has never won. I double checked and I was like, he must have won at some point, right? Yeah, he's never won. So pretty interesting. But like you said, John, he's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Yep, and opinionated.
He is vocal. All right. Okay, you got 60 seconds on, not 60 seconds. You have however long we want. But let's kind of go at 4 minutes and see where life takes us. Let's go. Kelsey, you ready?
I'm ready. Starting the clock now.
Okay, I don't know where you were going with that whole boat thing and the Brad's orange apple tacos. Yeah, that's funny and that's cute, but that has nothing to do with the argument. I mean, Bibiani, like I said, he is pissed off about not winning this award, and he has not been shy to share his opinion about that. So I think it's been boiling up, and everybody's saying he's too nice in the chat. Maybe you forget he used to be part of the Lion's Den. He came out in a Hannibal Lecter mask, and he is low-key one of the most smart-ass, like, condescending savages while appearing nice. You Bibbs, but I could see the heel turn coming, and I think it'll happen if you don't get this award.
Jake, the heel turn already happened. What you're talking about is, unfortunately, the heel turn that never was. Bibbs doesn't have it in his heart to pull off a heel. He has proven that already. Okay? His whole thing, he comes out like Hannibal Lecter. He screams like a crazy guy. It didn't work the first time. Bibbs is going to be happy to be nominated. He's going to be grateful and thankful, as he always is. Harloff himself has called him the Mick Foley of the league. Okay, Mick Foley's known for cheap pops. Right here in Long Island, New York, he does these happy-go-lucky things. That's Bibbs to a T. Brad just pissed off the entire internet by lighting fire to the after shows and the reactors. Okay, this is what Brad does. Brad goes off the hook at a moment's notice. I could see Brad, and first of all, it says most likely. Brad's not going to win the award because Harloff's already banned that show from winning the award. So the minute call to action, the minute Alex is up there accepting her speech on behalf of all of you guys, okay, Brad's going to run up there and steal the microphone, steal the award, and start yelling, "This is mine, this is mine, this is mine." Because that's how Brad is. That's what we all expect to happen. That's going to happen. Book it now.
Nah, I don't see it. Plus, he's already going to be on stage presenting the award, so can you really crash a speech if you're already standing there?
Yeah, because you can run up from behind and steal the award like a lunatic, just like the lunatic who was tweeting stuff out the other day. I love Brad. Brad's really good for the league. Heels are good for the league in general. And Brad does a great job at it. And Brad's going to do that at the award show. You're trying to tell me and convince me that William Bibiani, Mr. critically acclaimed, Mr. Shazam, is going to sit there and turn heel all of a sudden? That's the most ridiculous thing you've said all night. And I've been counting the amount of ridiculous things you've said already.
Okay. Now, even in Shazam, he still talks shit. He has those little subtle jabs. There's a darkness in William Bibiani's heart. And if he loses this award that he's been so vocal about wanting, I mean, I see it. He's going to snap. And it also might piss off Brendan Myers so much that he turns to the dark side to avenge his mentor, and they both go heel.
Well, let me address that too. The other thing is, as we're saying, most likely, William Bibiani is very likely to win his award, and your thing is never going to happen. Okay, and then
is going to win that award. I'm sorry, I'm saying it right now, and it's going to piss Bibiani the fuck off.
We'll see, but I just see Brad being the crazier one.
Yeah, Brad is crazy. He's batshit crazy, and I think after everything that happened this last week, plus his little showing up on Call to Action, I mean, I think people are over it. They're over Brad, and the shtick will be old by the time.
You know who's not over Brad? Brad isn't over Brad, and that's where you're going to find.
Brad will never be over Brad.
Thank you, Jake.
I mean, you're right.
Time.
Okay, so you guys haven't talked about that. I want you guys to paint the picture for us, to tell us what that crashing of the stage look like? How would they take the mic? What would their personality be? Would they be calm and collected and seriously pissed off? Would they be vocal and screaming and pulling a full Belford, a full Droog situation? I want to know what that will look like. Go, please.
Okay, so it's very simple. Brad's going to get up there and Brad's going to misquote The Rock for about 10 seconds before Frank and everybody else is trying to pull him off the mic. And we're all going to be laughing about it. It's going to be adorable. We're going to kind of pat Brad on the back for a nice try. It's going to be nice. If Bibbs were going to do it, Bibbs would go, "Hi guys, thanks. Please come watch my podcast," because Bibbs is a nice guy. It wouldn't even be entertaining if Bibbs did it. I mean, and everything Bibbs does is entertaining, but he doesn't play heel. He already failed at that. I've established that already. Brad, on the other hand, is going to sit there and misquote wrestling, kind of embarrass Booker T just a little bit, and that's what we expect him to do.
Brad's going to say the same shit that he always says, and it's not going to have any more effect than it already has. People are tired of it. Bibiani, yeah, his heel turn last time might not have been 100% perfect, but he has been slowly and slowly and slowly building up to this moment. And I think he would come up there calm and polite and ask for the microphone. And about 30 seconds later, he would be going full Belford, yelling, "This is bullshit." And then I could see Brendan Meyer coming, running up on the stage behind him.
First of all,
saying, "Yeah, this is bullshit."
He's not going to risk a fine to his team because Christian's already done that. Bibbs plays by the rules. Okay, Bibbs plays clean.
No,
I just got Bruce's Millions, where him and Whitney Seibold
30 seconds.
talk about it for the entire movie. They do the commentary. It's beautiful. That's what Bibbs does. Okay, Bibbs has a career. He has something to save. Brad, on the other hand, is sitting there and trying to build a career on your shoulders. That's what he's been doing, and that's what he's going to do with the award show.
Christian spent a long time in Houston telling us stories about Bibbs going off script. Oh, I thought you said time. My bad. Him going off script and not doing what he was supposed to do. So you're saying he follows the rules.
Now it's time.
Woo! Holy shit, guys.
I
have so many feelings. I want this too. Kelsey. So many feelings right now. So many feelings. Oh gosh.
I know. I can see both these happening for very different reasons. I can see for sure the Boat doing this because he is, like you said, crazy and wants to just go yell and be loud, and that's what he's going to do. And then Bibbs, he has been kind of screwed over repeatedly, over and over again. That takes its toll on somebody, and he does go off script sometimes. So, I mean, I do see these as both being plausible, but also very different styles of Kanyeing. So, I'm interested to see those closing arguments. It's going to be interesting.
Absolutely. For sure. Well, just kind of read some things people are saying in here. Fans may be tired of Brad's act, but people are really tired of tired of Kanye's too. Doesn't stop him from doing crazy shit all the time. Some other Kayla mentioned if they want Shazam to put a heel turn, they do it in a match, not in awards. However, Lucas says in retaliation, the awards would be perfect for it, though. Let's be honest. Okay. And we have a first ever Schmoemate from Nightmare 5026. Welcome. Hope you're liking it so far. So we have some people in here. Very different opinions. What my heart says and what my head says are very different. So it's kind of tough. Jake, you really gonna vote in terms for Bibbs for being super pissed off how this has been a festering wound for a long time. How he has been doing so bomb all these seasons with entrances, both singles and teams for entrances throughout, yet never winning one. He's just inching out, unfortunately. So he claims to never be actually pissed, but it's there. But also he's actually low key super savage. like in his tweets and his I know personally when I listen to his podcast, I know he can be very savage. That and also during interviews and everything, I can definitely visualize it for sure. But you also really kind of pointed out to in regards to John, the boat is definitely, he's going to be one of the main people hosting the award show. He can't really necessarily crash it Kanye-style with that in mind. He's already going to be there probably on stage regardless. So that might be a little bit of a, technical thing for sure. But but Biz has been like kind of low key pissed about not winning for entrance for a long while. Brad and you also kind of reaffirmed that Brad tends to say the same old insults, candy ass and whatever, all that stuff. We've heard 1,000,001 times before. Go figure. But also, like you said, candy ass, he's still nuts. Candy ass, maybe he shoved so far up his ass, he's feeling it in his mouth. It's ridiculous. So on that note, I'm gonna drink another claw. Here. He does say, does Bibbs have the heart to go heel? We don't know. We haven't seen him go heel. He never really succeed and really thrived as a heel. So could he do it again? But also, like you said, John, he really pissed off a lot of reactors over the past fucking week. Yes, he did on social media.
I had my words to him on our stream. It's fine.
I have a lot of words. I have a lot of words. I have a lot of feelings.
I did my heel turn on the last live, so.
Oh, thank you, babe. Ooh,
there's a claw up here. That's magic. I want one of those.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. my claw ghost. I guess. But you also kind of mentioned would it be like could he really pull off doing a real good crash? Misquoting The Rock and doing a lot of crazy yelling and screaming. How successful would it be? All right. Hey all, go vote. Right now. Kelsey, who do you think should win?
I don't know. I like to be the unbiased party here, so I see solid arguments for both sides. I really do. So I'm interested to see what the chat thinks.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. You guys definitely go vote right now. We're gonna let you guys wait. We're gonna wait here just a few minutes just to let the Facebook thing reload and all the voting and all that good stuff continue until
we do closing arguments.
I'm sorry?
Did we do closing arguments?
Did we? I thought we did. Did we not?
I think I'm good.
Did we not? I did in my head that we did.
We didn't do separate ones. No, we just extended the main.
Oh, I'm never going to hear the word end of that.
We did like a dual closing argument.
You know what? We should probably do one just in case. I'm never going to hear the end of it if we don't. More specifically, Lucas will never let me hear the end of it if you don't. Shut up, James. Son of a bitch.
All right. Well, I'm ready to start the timer whenever you're ready to go. All right. And go.
Who do you want to go?
Isn't it? Who went first?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Jake, I think you went first, right? Or is it Jake? Went first?
All right. 1 minute on the clock starting now.
I mean, I kind of already blew my load with everything I wanted to say. But I'm just going to go ahead and just repeat. Bibiani is very pissed off, and he's been talking about it for a long time. And people saying that he can't be a heel, I don't believe it at all. I think he could be a great heel if he actually put himself into it. And John, earlier, when you said that he gave up on it, he didn't give up on it. Christian changed the story, like we've mentioned before. Christian changed the story on a lot of things. So I think it could be time for him to try it again.
20 seconds.
And I think the awards might be the perfect time for it if he doesn't win.
Okay. Good. All right. Starting the clock and now.
So, Jake, I don't know if you watch or listen to SEN, but on SEN, Christian's been very clear. It didn't work. That's why he pivoted the story. Okay, Bibbs didn't work as a heel. That's established. Okay, then on top of that, you couple that with Brad works perfectly as a heel. He's lit everything on fire. Everyone's looking forward to the award show. Alex is asking, how does it work with him being a host and crashing? That's Kanye. Could you picture Kanye hosting an award show and going in and yelling at Taylor Swift? I can picture Brad doing the exact same thing, only doing like crappy wrestling quotes while he does it, because that's Brad's shtick. That's what Brad's gonna do, and Brad's not even nominated. Brad's guaranteed to lose to you guys already. That's gonna happen. You can book this down, okay? And which one's more likely? I've established Bibbs can't pull off a heel. Brad is a heel, and Brad's crazy. Brad's not gonna win the award. What else do you need?
3, 2,
1.
Oh, don't interrupt the host.
Brad's
You know what? I'm like, just gonna. I'm not gonna lie on here. It's like I keep changing my mind between the two, and Jake.
Yes, feedback.
I don't know what that was. Did someone have their tab open by chance? I don't know what that was. I don't know. Magic. Doesn't matter. It's all good. Okay. John, going into yours, why should Bibbs never do it? And why is the bitchiest of all time supposed to do it?
Oh, why isn't Bibbs going to do it? Because Bibbs is too damn nice. Bibbs thanks everybody for everything. Bibbs says he's sorry about everything. Bibbs has manners. Okay, I'm just establishing what Brad doesn't have. So I'm kind of arguing both sides of it by establishing, look at what a nice guy William Bibbiani is. Okay, William Bibbiani is the kind of guy that you want to sit next to and have a lovely conversation with, maybe watch a movie with. Brad Gilmore is the kind of guy you want to leave the room as soon as he enters it. And I defy anybody in this argument to argue with me about that.
Is that it?
Everybody keeps saying how nice Bibbs is. And yes, he is on the surface, but he has that inner asshole to do something like this. Not the best phrasing, but it is what it is. And Brad, whatever. You said, could you imagine Kanye hosting an award show? No, the fuck I can't. Nobody would invite him to do that. So the whole Brad being Kanye, Brad being a heel, it's over. It's old. We've seen it. It's been done. Yes, Bibbs, we've seen it. It's been done in the past.
Right.
He has grown and he can do it again. He can do it better.
We've seen Bibbs,
same old shit.
We've seen Bibbs not do it. Now Bibbs has the kid who is a beam of sunshine next to him. Okay, and you're saying, hey, here's a great idea. Let's take one of our best face teams and turn them heel at the start of the year over an award show, over entrances, which Christian Harloff doesn't really care about to begin with, right?
A lot of people have said that they would love to see a kid heel turn. And
I would love to see a kid heel turn. I don't think it's going to happen. You know what is going to happen? What's already happened? Brad Gilmore.
Yeah, what's already happened? Him doing the same shit.
Right. Okay, yeah, granted. You think it's boring. That's fine. It's still happened, and it's still been effective. So I don't.
Okay, guys, that's it. We're done. We've talked too much about Bibbs and Gilmore, Gilly Boy. We talked about the Tom Machine. We've talked about tacos and apples and oranges. I don't know anymore. I don't know. This White Claw just appeared out of nowhere, out of thin air. I have a ghost in my house. I don't know anymore. Okay, so just kind of reading for the chat. Before I make the final announcements, vote right now. Otherwise, it won't matter if you vote tomorrow or if you vote now. We won't fucking care because it's not gonna matter to this. Whoever is gonna be the winner. All right,
Vote
right now, right fucking now.
the virtual sticker.
Also, I took a shot at Brandon Hanna earlier, which I always do, but love you, dude. Wasn't being.
All right. Well, sorry again,
There's
everyone
nothing else.
for getting the closing statements because it felt like at the time they did the closing statements, right?
Yeah, it's just that they were going at the same time as opposed to distinct.
It felt like they did.
Yeah. So
Okay.
that's what I was.
So we have our winner. I checked it out on the Facebook. Everyone voted. I think everyone voted.
They better have voted because
Everyone voted. Correction. All right. So our winner for the first question being, in which category, which competitor / personality was the biggest snub of the year? The winner is John Mariano with Stacy breaking the wheel.
Oh, that was Jake.
Oh, that was yours, Jake? I miswrote it. Jake, good job.
Thank you. Thank you.
My
Yours
bad.
was great too, John.
For some reason, I wrote it down in my head thinking it was John Mariano. My bad. I miswrote it. All right. For the second one, for a second question, name the future team you think will form together from the draft and that will also succeed. The winner is the Tom Machine, Mariano.
Cool.
Jake, you really pushed me to the edge on that one.
That was a good debate.
1-1. And now,
Figured you
question
had it.
number 3.
Exciting.
Question number 3. Whew. It's been a tight match. Which is, which personality is most likely to win Crash and Acceptance speech? Kanye-style. The winner is John Mariano. Meaning is that you won 2 out of the 3 question debates. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Mhm. Okay, and just to let you know the scores on them, Jake, in the first one, it was a very close match. It was actually 14-10 votes for a total of 24 votes. John, in the second question, the winner was actually, again, very close at 12-10. And question number 3, it wasn't very close, unfortunately, at 10-1.
Oh,
I honestly voted. I actually would personally. We can't. Kelsey and I can't vote,
We
unfortunately.
don't vote.
But I would have voted personally in favor of Jake. But that's just me because you really kind of turned me around to the idea. At first, I was like, but then I was like, oh shit, I could really picture that. I can really visualize that pretty efficiently. So well done, guys! Congratulations again.
Yeah, Jake had an uphill battle on that in that last fight, and he brought it. I mean, he made that a lot more difficult than I thought it was going to be. So salute, Jake.
hey, salute to you, man.
Hey, before we kind of get into that, we're gonna keep Jake on for a hot minute. Mariano, please fester in the background for a hot minute, and we'll chat with Jake a little bit about his first match with us, and then we'll bring you back. All right.
All right.
All right. Thank you, Jake. It was like you played in your first match. Congratulations. How you
Thanks.
feeling?
I'm good. I mean, like I said before, there's nobody I would have rather played than John Mariano, so I have no hard feelings about losing to him. And it was a good time.
Yeah. I mean, just hanging out and just recording while arguing is always a good idea, right?
Yeah, and I'm surprised Lucas didn't crash the stream once other than that magic White Claw.
Oh, it's really weird. Just how it randomly.
How
appears
do
like
you
that.
do that? I need to get that set up because mine is almost empty and there's nobody. There's nothing here.
Maybe it can just go through the
Yeah,
screen.
can you get that force to bring me some White Claw?
It would be
That'd
like
great.
some Willy Wonka shit right there. You just see it in the screen and just you can pull it out.
Take it.
Yeah.
Where's that technology, White Claw?
Come on. Willy Wonka, where are you at? Yeah, but you just won. You won the first question, with the Stacey Wilbrook. I feel like that was definitely, I know, John, you kind of mentioned, you kind of had an uphill battle for a few of them. However, I felt like you definitely made some really great calls, especially the first one. I felt like, honestly, yours was a given, to be honest. I really loved your answer a little. I loved your answer. It was something a little more original versus Janine's entrance. I love Janine's entrance. I think she's amazing in every single way. It was just The wheel literally broke.
Yeah. I thought I actually thought I was going to lose that round because I didn't argue against the other entrances, which is what he was arguing for. So if I would have brought up, Andrew Demolana having all that production value and the other entrances being better than, her coming out in a robe to Rocky music, I thought that might have been a little stronger, and I thought that might have been what lost it for me, but somehow.
Yeah. Well, kind of with that in mind, is there anything that you would, do you feel pretty good about it? Or do you feel like there's anything you might do differently when it comes to strategy in any future matches?
I mean, there are a few things that I would probably do differently. I didn't really come up with counter arguments. I just had like a couple of little talking points. So yeah, I'd probably do a little more preparation, but I'm not going to tell you what the strategy is. I watched the Schmoedown enough. You don't give that shit away.
That's fair. Kelsey, do you have any questions?
The only thing is, can we get you to come back again? Because I think you're definitely a solid competitor. So I think we definitely want to see you again.
Yeah, I think I could do that.
Okay, good. I'm excited.
Oh, for sure. Garth says specifically, Kelsey says sexy legs 5 times into a mirror to summon the white collar roast.
Good to know. I'll keep that in mind.
That's how you do it. That's how you do it. And Oscar is just wants to say, hey, Dollface pen. We love it. We love it. I have it on my jean jacket.
I do have some of these left. If any of y'all are going to be in New York, I'll have them out there. I will be in New York and Atlanta. So see you there.
Perfect. We'll see you here pretty soon. I can't wait to see you live. It's going to be so much fun. And Lucas, even more so, is mega excited to see you live in New York and all these awesome places. All right. Awesome. Thank you again, Jake. We'll see you soon and everywhere and stuff. Where can we reach you?
You can reach me on Twitter at Jake Iacovetta, JakeIacoVetta. And on Facebook, on all the groups, anything Schmoedown related, I'm pretty much on, other than corruption. So, I mean, you just find me around there.
All right, perfect. Well, thank you again, Jake. We'll see you soon.
Right. Bye.
Bye. And on to our winner. Hey.
Hey.
Our winner of the night.
Hey. Oh, well, thanks for having me back, guys. This was a lot of fun tonight. And there's nobody I'd rather play. I mean, I love playing all of you, but Jake's one of my very favorite people in all of humanity.
Well, he's a pretty cool fella. Absolutely. He's one of my favorite people, for sure. Genuinely. Absolutely. Well, like we said earlier during, when we kind of invited you on initially, you lost your first match. You came back hustling with this second match. So do you feel like you kind of learned from your kind of mistakes or...
Yeah, I mean, we all know of Belford's military history, and I feel like he gave me a little bit of trial by fire last time, and I felt like I was really prepared, and I needed to be prepared because Jake is so good at the arguments, and there was part of me that just wanted to sit back and admire what he was saying, and I agreed with a lot of his points, and he made it really tough. But I'm glad I was able to do you guys proud today.
Oh, I'm glad. Well, Kelsey, do you have any specific questions for John?
Like the one I asked Jake is, of course, we would love to have you back. So I'm assuming you'd probably want to come back to keep this winning streak going, correct?
I would like to come back and just hang out with you guys anytime. If I have to fight to do that, I will gladly fight and draw my sword and knock the next person down. But whatever it takes to crack open a couple of White Claws with you guys is fine by me.
And I don't know if we've done any call-outs or anything like yet, but like, is there anyone in either the Action Army or that hangs out in the call to action sphere that you would actually like to challenge maybe at a Schmoebate? Is there anybody you'd like to see if you can keep your winning streak going against?
I go through this at the face-off. I don't feel like the women get involved enough, so I would like to take on one of you ladies on the next time I show up. I know you girls do the ladies' night. If you guys want to talk about it and see who wants to play, Danny's not here tonight. Maybe she joins us and we have some fun. Drink some fun and we have some fun.
It's always fun on ladies'
That sounds good to me.
and where we just inevitably cry talking about how much we love each other.
That's ladies' night.
You're amazing. I love you. We're like dates away, and I love you in every way.
Well,
Very accurate.
if you guys don't mind, there's a couple of things I'd like to plug about the community.
Please do.
First of all, if any of you guys missed the 5.5 hours these women did New Year's Eve, go and work your way through it. There's so much awesome stuff in there. Lucas's hamstrings alone are worth it, but
he has an amazing set of gams.
So, but I mean, it's emotional. It takes you through the ringer. You laugh, you cry, and if you think I'm kidding or buttering this up, I promise you, in 5.5 hours, they bring you through the range of emotions. Okay, I did that like the first 3 days of the new year, and it was a really good way to spend it. That being said, something else did happen like January 2nd that we all know about, and a lot of our good friends are either out of work or struggling. I've been working hard, particularly with Mark Riley, but I've also been working with a team to support as many of them as we can, and we're all trying. I see some of Action Industries in the moderation chats. I've been working with JP to get some thumbnails out for them. They need some technical help. We're trying to do all the support we can to keep this community together. Christian was talking about it today on SEN. I can speak directly from Mark Riley and Mark Riley's Patreon, but John Roca, Roxy Stryer, Coy Jandrew, a lot of them have Patreons, and you can go find them by searching their names. Adam Smith does not, and I'm hoping Adam Smith lands at the gig. A lot of people aren't talking about Adam right now. Adam worked behind the scenes to bring us the Schmoedown, and I just want to mention his name on your channel out to everyone. Ken Knapsack, I support Ken Knapsack, SEN, even Mark Ellis. Mark Ellis is one of the most generous and genuine human beings on the planet, and nothing would make him happier to have us all go and not only support him, but to support the friends he loves. And if I can get that message out tonight, that's really one of the main reasons why I agreed to come here and help out. And I just, it's time for us all to rally as a family.
Absolutely.
For sure. It's definitely, it's the new year, a lot of new challenges, good and the bad, unfortunately. But we're going to power through it. We're going to support each other. We're a tight-knit community here. So, we're going to do everything we can to really kind of support each other in need. Even if whether it's not even financial, just
share.
Like, subscribe, share. Go and elevate the signal on Twitter. Like, go do all of that. And go cheer, call to action. Go cheer all the reactors on. Like, I might be a little bit biased. It doesn't matter. I still love every one of the reactors. Everybody helps build this community. We do this as an army together. Whether you're Action Army or not, I'm Action Army. But whether you're Action Army or not, you go and you support everybody. We do this together. SEN is a piece of this. Schmoedown Network's a piece of this. Ken Knapsack and his book. Go buy Ken Knapsack's book. Go buy Jason Inman's book. We haven't seen Jason Inman in forever. Go buy his book. Okay, these are the things that we need to do to support the community we love. Look what Alex is bringing up right now. Why we love Star Wars.
It makes me cry. I listened to the audiobook, and especially in his voice. Oh,
it's actually really good. It's a great one.
And the other thing I just want to call out is some of your own, William Belford, Billy Belford, Jake Iacovetta, Paul Denuzio have been hopping in as moderators in a lot of the chats to help people out. People don't really see that behind the scenes, but that's going on a lot. I'm sure a lot of the rest of us are too. Those are 3 names that I happen to see a lot and I recognize. But there's a lot of us pulling for everybody. Let's make this community thrive in 2020.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. This is going to be the year of Schmoedown. It is, I can't remember, what is it? The
new era.
The new era.
It is the
perfect name for what's happening this year. It's a new era. It's gonna be bigger and better than ever, and I'm so excited. Sure.
Exactly. It's a new era, new changes for the better. Absolutely. And I'm excited to a lot of new things are going to happen. A lot of wonderful new things. So let's just keep it going. Let's keep it thriving and moving along wonderfully. So I am Alex Mack. I'm just going to go ahead and thank you. Thank you so much, John. And where can we reach you personally?
Personally, you can find me jumping in everybody's chats and sending a lot of tweets out. I'm john.mariano.ny at Twitter. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me just annoying people with elevating tweets. That's what I do. I support Mark Riley a lot. I support Ken Knapsack a lot. Christian and SEN, I'm jumping in that chat. So you can find me everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I say you really are. You're like one of those people with like 20 group chats. That's for sure. Thank you again, John. We can't wait to have you on in the future. And who knows what's to happen now that you threatened the women of play.
We may come back.
All right, we'll see you soon. Have a good one and have a great day. And congratulations again.
Thank you.
All right.
Then there were two.
And there were two, indeed. All right. So it's ending. Oh my gosh. Well, it's not really ending, but this is the final Schmoebates before the awards draft coming in later this weekend. And you're going to be up there with me.
I'm so excited. I miss you.
Awesome. We're going to go and like run in slow motion and like group hug together. And we're going to cry tears of White Claw. And it's gonna
and then Lucas is going to be sitting there just like.
No, Lucas is probably going to jump in there with the group hug and supply, like, throw us White Claws. We'll get a White
Keep
Claw.
these ladies happy with White Claws. Get some
You'll
cases.
get a White Claw. Everybody gets a White Claw.
He knows.
Exactly. He knows what's up. Yes, thank you so much. We have Haskell in the chat saying congratulations on the great show. Yeah, but everyone was, and also Lucas is really pointing out, that is his book. That is his book. Indeed, it is his book. But also, thank you, John and Jake. Again, you guys kicked ass today. I can't wait to have you both on in the near future. And I can't wait to see Jake. I think you're going to be in this weekend, so I cannot wait to see you. Potentially, maybe not. I can't remember. My brain is kind of fuzzy right now. I'm not sure. But I am Alex Mack, part of C2A crew, and I host Schmoebates every Wednesday, where we have all these fun little Schmoedown themed debates. I also host, I also am in charge of C2A's Twitter feed. So please like us and check us out there at Call to Action Pod. Kelsey, where can we find you?
You can find me at KelseyKins90 on Twitter and Instagram. I also run the Call to Action Podcast Instagram, so you can see me posting there when I can think of things to post. TeePublic, we have merch. It's pretty awesome. I'm hoping maybe we can get some more of our show's designs on there. We'll see how that goes. And just a comment, I saw in the chat that Video Drew has a live stream going. So if you want to do a call to action raid over there, just go over there and be like, call to action raid, and see if she even knows what that is. Or
oh yeah, plan
do lots of bunnies. She might be very confused, and it'll be hilarious because I love Video Drew. So definitely check that out.
All right. Also, check us out on our Facebook page. We have a lot of stuff coming up in the new year. So please just subscribe and ring the thumbs up bell, or like the thumbs up button and check out the bell, or whatever it is. And we'll see you soon. Thank you so much again for hanging out with us, and we'll see you soon. Bye. Love ya.